We saw a picture on Twitter circulating. So my question to you would be, why did you choose to pose with the controversial Diagolon flag and salute with its member?
To be quite honest, I actually had a blast doing it because I was told this is like they are comedians and literally made a mockery of this whole government agenda and the way they're trying to slander even the freedom truckers as racists and all of that. So they came up with this idea. Created like this flag and a special greeting, and I just had a blast with it. And yeah, I've posted a post for the picture with that, and I will not apologize for that because I had a good time doing it. I just like the idea of someone making a mockery of this whole madness that is going on with the governments controlling the people. So yes, that was actually pretty funny, and I did that. What I did not appreciate, however, is that this picture then obviously was used in a completely different context, given it a different meaning, but I will not apologize for that. I had a blast and I will do it again because no one gets to define me. I know what I stand for. I know exactly who I am. I know what I'm fighting, and I know perfectly well what I am fighting for, and that is freedom, democracy, and the rule of law. And if you throw in some kind of comedian touch in that, oh, be my guest. I will be all for it. So no one gets to define me.
Did you heard about Diagolon before, or the flag that he's carrying around?
No, I hadn't heard. I was told. And like I said, I just loved the idea of someone making a mockery of these overreaching and controlling governments.
So you are pursued that Diagolon and his flag is just mockery and just kind of humoristic movement.
Yeah, that is exactly my impression. And like I said, it's a brilliant idea. And maybe more people should do it. Just make a mockery of this idiotic government that is increasingly infringing on fundamental rights. Make a mockery of it, because that's all we have left pretty much. And I can tell you about in Germany, they just took down a group of people that were allegedly trying to overthrow government and kidnap our Secretary of Health. While I will have to admit I cannot see why anyone would want to kidnap this idiot. But aside from that, so they took this group of people down, and turned out they were like 80, 81-year-olds and an old lady with a plastic bag. And I was like, seriously, they should get prepared and monitor all, the walker sales, because if that increases, they might mobilize to overtake the government. Mm-hmm. That's what we're talking about. It's just ridiculous. Mm-hmm.
But if you knew before that all the flag and this group, what they stand for is mostly extremists and not really greatly viewed by the society, by what they stand for, would you have done the same?
Well, the question is, are they really extremists, or are they only being labeled as extremists? Once again, my impression was, and I still continue to think of it that way, it was someone trying to make a mockery of this ridiculous attempt of the governments to control the people. And like I said, brilliant idea. More people should do it.
Mm-hmm. We know that also now that you are under attack by a lot of people on Twitter, they use one of your tweets speaking out about the number of Muslims entering in Europe in the past year. I think your tweet is come from 2021. And so my question would be, do you do a difference between the radical Islam and the Muslim, or you condemn all this religion as a whole?
Okay. I always differentiate between people and organizations. So when looking at Islam, I do not have problems with Muslims. I do, however, have a problem with Islam. I do not consider Islam to be a religion. much less a religion of peace. It's actually a religion of submission. I seriously have a problem with Islam. I'm not Islamophobe. On the contrary, I'm not afraid of Islam. What I'm afraid of is that Islam, and I consider it that to be, the Islam is a misogynistic, dehumanizing, and ideology. It's not a religion, at least not by our standard of what a religion should be. Our understanding of religion is actually that love, compassion, forgiveness, and eternal life. That's our understanding of religion. That, however, does not apply to Islam, at least not if you really look into this ideology. By no stretch of the imagination would you actually consider that a religion. It's kind of like while communism claims to be some kind of a governing mechanism, which it's not, it's a religion, but Islam posing as a religion is exactly that. It's a state ideology.
That was an excerpt from the Ezra Levant Show. I'm Ezra Levant. Every weekday, I do a monologue about the topic of the day. Then I interview a fascinating guest either in studio or via Skype. And then I read your mail, whether it's fan mail or hate mail, which is sometimes even more interesting. This is on our premium service, though, called Rebel News Plus. Go to rebelnewsplus.com. It's $8 a month or less if you buy a whole year in advance. You get my show every weeknight, plus Sheila Gunn Reid's show every week. It's called The Gun Show. It's pretty amazing. We rely on you because we do not take a dime from the government. In Canada, that makes us almost unique. So please help us out and help yourself to some great journalism at rebelnewsplus.com.